What he was saying, look, you see Ryan looks different. He doesn't have the same body as last year. He doesn't look as fit. Looks a little flabby. What's your response to all that stuff?
I feel like I look even crazy flabby last fight. I mean, I was drinking, I was bloated. So if he's speaking on that, yeah, you're right. And I already started cutting weight. You know, last fight, I waited till like literally the last day. I was 14 pounds over, hopped in a, bath and sweated it all out. So at the end of the day, he's just looking to get some type of confidence for his son. His son, I heard he shot out with confidence.
Hey, you know what happened to your son last time? I wouldn't be talking. Hey, you talking loud for what happened?
He's smaller though.
I never hear Devin talk, not once.
Bill Haney is still chasing Ryan Garcia, and it's becoming more obvious by the day. Just recently, during Ryan's open workout session in New York ahead of his fight against Rolly Romero, Bill showed up uninvited and began filming him. This wasn't just a fan recording his favorite boxer. This was Devin Haney's father, the same Devin Haney who was dropped 3 times and outclassed by Ryan last year. Bill was watching every move, recording, likely taking mental notes. Ryan didn't take it lightly. The moment he noticed Bill filming, he stopped his workout, visibly irritated. A back-and-forth argument erupted between the two, right in front of the cameras and the small crowd. Ryan saw it for what it was, a calculated scouting mission disguised as casual observation. Bill didn't appreciate being called out, and the tension escalated from there.
What you look like? Yeah, I know. Hey, it don't look good. Sean, it don't look good. It don't look good. Lion. I hear what they're saying. They're saying lion. They're not saying Ryan, they're saying lion.
Even Ryan's father, Henry Garcia, got involved, ending up in a heated exchange with Bill. The rivalry is no longer limited to the fighters. Now, the fathers are in it too. Ryan's camp believes the Haneys are obsessed. The fact that Bill would show up at a public workout or even attend a press conference for a fight that doesn't involve his son says a lot.
When Devin comes up, we see what he does. He stay real quiet.
Your son don't have a chin. Your son doesn't have a chin.
This isn't just mind games anymore. It's borderline obsession. Devin Haney is on the same card, sure, but he's not fighting Ryan. He's taking on Jose Ramirez in the co-main event. That should be his sole focus. Instead, Bill Haney is out here analyzing Ryan, his angles, footwork, timing, anything that could give Devin an edge in a potential rematch later this year.
They get up for Devin. We're gonna see. Does that look like the same Ryan Garcia that was training?
I was here last year.
Look at this. Yeah.
What's surprising is that it's not just Bill showing interest in the rematch. Ryan Garcia himself has made it clear Devin Haney is still the name he wants. At the grand arrivals for his upcoming fight against Romero, Ryan barely spoke about Rolly. Instead, he brought the conversation right back to Devin and Bill Haney. He said he's coming back with a bang and that he's not here to play games. He even joked, but not lightly, that this time he's planning to beat Devin again and include Bill in the punishment too.
Hey, Bill Haney, happy Halloween. Love you so much. I got something to really scare you. Oh,
Now that Garcia's suspension is over, he's stepping back into the ring for the first time in over a year. His return is set for this Friday, right in the heart of Times Square, where he'll face Rolly Romero for the WBA welterweight title. Romero isn't just a warm-up fight, he has his own ambitions. With a record of 16-2 and 13 knockouts, Rolly knows that a loss here could shut the door on his headlining career. That's why he's been vocal and aggressive. In a recent interview with the Ring magazine, he said he plans to knock Garcia out cold. No sugarcoating. He called the fight a potential brawl and said he's coming to mess Ryan up badly. He even claimed Ryan might get hit once and jump out of the ring. That's how confident he is in his power.
You have a rematch plans against Devin Haney. Are you looking to show him something?
Oh yeah, I'm willing to show. I cannot wait. You know, I want to put a whooping on his dad too. That's really who I want to put a whooping on. But Devin could get it as well. Again, I'm gonna do the same thing just like I did last time. Maybe we could run it back in New York too. Why?
It's worth remembering Ryan didn't handle Gervonta Davis's power well in 2023. He was stopped with a brutal body shot. Even though he's had dominant moments since, doubts about his chin and ability to absorb big shots haven't gone away. Rolly Romero may not be as technically sharp as Gervonta, but he's explosive, awkward, and hits hard. Ryan knows he can't take him lightly, and he's said as much. He's preparing for Rolly like he's preparing for Devin. Even though most of his public comments still focus on Haney, that level of focus shows how deep the rivalry really goes.
Alone, boxing knowledge alone, who would you pick to be the winner?
I would pick probably Ryan.
Okay. And how do you think Ryan's speed is a match for Rolly's punch?
I think Ryan has extremely fast hands, and he has a tremendous left hook. And that's his bread and butter. So
Romero, for all his trash talk, is a real threat. He's aggressive, unpredictable, and likes to create chaos early. If Ryan isn't dialed in from the opening bell, things could go wrong quickly. But Garcia insists he's ready. He says he's hungry, explosive, and that the adrenaline is already kicking in. He believes his speed and power will overwhelm Rolly. He says he's locked in, and that this fight is just one step toward the rematch that truly matters. Devin Haney in October. Does Ryan handle Rolly? I think he does.
Ryan cleans up Rolly?
I do.
Think he wants to fight? Yeah,
I think for both fighters obviously the common opponent right there. I think that both fighters, obviously Ryan just fought Tank.
Yeah.
I think he'll be better since fighting Tank.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with Rolly. I think Rolly became better from fighting Tank. I think that they knew certain mistakes that they made. I think they believed in their game plan. Got us all to believe in their game plan. I think they came to this fight with the right adjustment.
That's the timeline Ryan has in mind. Beat Romero cleanly now and use that momentum to set up the Haney rematch later this year, possibly back in New York. He says he's ready to do it all over again. Same location, same result. Only this time, he wants to leave no doubt. He wants to silence the critics who still question the drug test controversy. His message is clear. He believes he beat Haney fair and square, and he's ready to prove it again under any conditions. This time, he wants Bill Haney to feel the loss too. He's not just talking like a fighter anymore. It's personal now.
I think excited is like a strong word, but I'm interested. I want to see how he handles that traumatic experience that he went through and see how he bounced back from it. So, yeah.
Do you think he wins a rematch against Ryan Garcia? How do you think that fight would play out if they were to fight again with obviously no drugs involved this time?
I know he's strong mentally, so he can win for sure, but it all depends on how he's feeling after he gets back. Is he the same fighter? Let's see.
On the other side of this story, Devin Haney has been relatively quiet, especially compared to his outspoken father. Devin is facing Jose Ramirez on the same card and hasn't fought since that wild April bout with Ryan. Devin's made it clear he didn't agree with how quickly Ryan's suspension was lifted. In his view, Garcia should have faced a longer ban for the Osterine incident. But regardless of how he feels the stage is set, Ryan gets the main event spotlight, while Devin's return plays out in its shadow. That's got to sting, especially since Haney was the undefeated star before they met. Now, Ryan has the louder voice and the stronger fan base.
I still think Devin Haney can beat Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah. I do.
Don't fight that type of style. Don't stand right in front of him.
Yeah.
Do your Devin Haney, and get out of there.
And that's what you do with rematches. You find everything you did wrong. You know it instantly after the fight's over. You come back and you right those wrongs. I do believe that it's a rematch that he will win. I think we talked about this time and time again. I think it's a rematch that both guys really need to have.
To many experts, Bill Haney showing up to record Garcia says a lot. It shows this isn't over, not even close. But before anything else, Devin has to beat Ramirez. And that's not guaranteed. Ramirez is dangerous and experienced. If Devin slips, the rematch disappears. But if both Garcia and Haney win, on May 2nd, the road to their October showdown is wide open. And it's not just Ryan chasing it. Bill Haney is chasing it too. Already laying the groundwork, already hunting for weaknesses, trying to regain the edge his son lost in the ring.
And him in his face. You know what I'm saying? This is WBC.
His latest, he said that it won't be Ramirez and that he is now suggesting himself and Oscar De La Hoya at this point. I want your thoughts on that.
That would be great. He need that.
Listen, he is going to play himself out of a guy. He will play himself out of a guy that a guy like His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is even interested in if he continues.
After their explosive first clash in April 2024, Ryan Garcia has remained outspoken and confident, holding nothing back in interviews or in his mindset. Speaking to the Ring magazine, Garcia broke down the strategic brilliance behind his approach to fighting Haney. The game plan going into that fight was to never let Devin Haney find his rhythm. Garcia explained, "We knew which side he tends to lean on most, and our whole strategy was to catch him off guard." That unpredictability translated into 3 clean knockdowns, all from Garcia's now infamous left hook. It's the punch that has come to define him, not just in the ring, but in the larger fight narrative.
The hook comes from, remember, the hook is the shot that knock fighters out the most because it comes from the blind side. It comes from around here. So in the 11th round when he got knocked down, he didn't see the shot coming. He was throwing a hook with his head in the air and got caught. So it's a lot of things that has to be.
Garcia's strategy was all about disruption. Haney is a rhythm fighter. He needs consistency, Garcia said, so I never gave him that. Sometimes I threw fast, sometimes slow, and it worked beautifully. Haney couldn't find his timing, couldn't land consistently, and that made all the difference. The psychological edge was established early. Garcia landed a punishing left hook just 30 seconds into the first round. That shot didn't just connect, it sent a message. From that point on, Haney was hesitant, shelling up, second-guessing his jabs, wary of being exposed again.
Because I know I didn't take steroids, it's not going to be much different. I mean, and like the crazy thing is they want to like keep on saying, oh, it's because of the PEDs, it's because of the PEDs. I was on fighting a guy with PEDs. PEDs don't help you block a left hook. You know, he didn't block any of it.
Garcia further broke down what he saw in Haney's habits. I noticed he was leaning in too far with his jab, often out of range. When you do that, you leave yourself open, Ryan said. It was just about timing it, and I caught him. Garcia admitted he was hunting for the knockout early. That moment set the tone, he continued. It put Devin in a defensive mindset. Their game plan was probably to avoid that hook, and the fact that they got hit right away shows how many layers there were to my approach.
Keep it stepping, and you know what? By the grace of God that it be, that's why we're sitting here with all these great, wonderful champions, all right?
Well, Devin, how do you feel that you have a fight and there's already another fight booked, the rematch with Ryan? Does that bother you?
Well, if I don't win that fight, then I don't get to the Ryan fight. So that's my main. First round happened, bro. You said you had a great camp. This what I don't understand. I don't know how. Was he that fast with his left hook? Because I know y'all worked on it because you said it.
Yeah.
How did you get hit with that shot early in the fight? I mean, talk to me.
It's boxing. You can't swim without getting wet. You're going to get hit. I got hit.
I felt like the times when you stood your ground and then slowly pushed him back, it was a totally different fight.
Yeah.
When you gave up ground, he got bold. Did you see that?
Although Haney avoided being knocked out, Garcia had him hurt multiple times, and the damage from those left hooks is still being talked about. In round 7, Garcia dropped Haney with one of his cleanest punches of the fight. No controversy there. Haney hit the canvas. But things heated up when referee Harvey Dock failed to count 2 other clear knockdowns as official. To make matters worse, Dock deducted a point from Garcia for hitting during a clinch break, a decision Garcia called super unfair. It was one of the most entertaining fights I've ever had, Garcia later said. A beautiful display of how to land a left hook on a slick boxer. He especially focused on the drama in that 7th round.
Yeah, Devin Haney Part 2, they get together. What do you think about that fight? How's that go down?
I mean, I've seen them fighting amateurs, you know what I'm saying? So it's always been a great fight between them. But I mean, the way Ryan Garcia did Devin Haney last time, bro, I got no choice but to go with Ryan Garcia again, bro. Like, I mean, shit. Devin Haney just got to show me something this fight, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely got Ryan going into this fight.
And as far as the pays and other things go,
I got a point taken away. It was totally unfair, Garcia said. No warning. Devin was holding me nonstop, and the ref never called him for it. He continued. In that moment, I didn't even hear break. We were clinched, and I hit him as he stepped back. Then suddenly I lose a point? Total BS. Haney, meanwhile, has voiced his frustration, not just with the result, but with the narrative surrounding the fight. In his post-fight comments, Haney wasn't as shaken by the damage as he was by the shock. He caught me early. It surprised me, Haney admitted. We trained for the left hook, but I fell asleep on it. I wasn't really hurt. I was just caught. That rare honesty showed the sting of regret. Haney knew the punch was coming. He prepared for it, but it still landed again and again.
And there's a lot of people saying that, right? There's a lot of people that have questions because it's like, yo, you know, your son took some big blows in that fight. So how do you, as, you know, his dad, his trainer, and somebody that's preparing for a fight, look at that and be like, you know, your approach to this fight knowing how the last one went?
I look at Oscar and I cannot stop looking at the shots of Botox that in filler that he gets in his face. I cannot help but look at that.
Haney's frustration goes beyond tactics. He's repeatedly suggested Garcia may have cheated, referencing Garcia's 2 positive tests for the banned substance Osterine. But fans seem to have tuned out his complaints. Online, many have labeled Haney a sore loser, unwilling to credit Garcia's execution and power. Whether the test results ultimately matter or not, the public has mostly moved on. And right now, Garcia is still in control of the narrative and the spotlight.
Bottom line, if Devin Haney loses this fight, career over. He has the most pressure in the sport.
Ain't that what they said about Wilder? Ain't that what they said about AJ? Every time somebody is in a position to lose back to back, we automatically think your career is over, but the career won't be over.
Devin and Bill have placed high expectations on themselves. They want to be compared to Floyd Money Mayweather.
If Ramirez can get in there and make it gritty, Haney's going to have to bite down on that mouthpiece and dig deep.
But that could all change on May 2nd. While Garcia is expected to handle Rolly Romero, Devin Haney is facing a much tougher challenge in Jose Ramirez. Ramirez isn't just a former world champion. He's aggressive, powerful, and known for dragging slick boxers into dangerous territory. After being rocked and dropped multiple times by Garcia, questions linger about Haney's chin. If Ramirez hurts him, or worse, finishes him, the rematch with Garcia may never happen. This isn't just about pride anymore. This is about survival, redemption, career, trajectory.
I feel like if I hit anybody from from my weight class, or even all the way to like with the 160s, if I hit them with a solid shot right in the chin, I think anybody could go down. You know, it's boxing. You know, 8-ounce gloves.
To his chin. I don't understand what you mean by chin. I got up every single time against somebody that was 4 times. So that's your attitude.
I am sure if I land a solid one with Devin Haney, I'm gonna put him down.
Yeah, my dad's gonna take the W.
Ryan Garcia is currently riding a wave of confidence and public support. With a 24-1 record and 20 knockouts, his resurgence feels electric and real. The last time Garcia had this kind of momentum was after the Luke Campbell fight, another night marked by a brutal knockdown and an epic comeback. But this time, he's no longer the underdog. He's the headline. The show. Garcia believes he has Haney's number. He believes the left hook will land again. He sees Haney as too rigid, too fragile, too dependent on rhythm to make adjustments. And unless Haney shows something devastatingly different against Ramirez, it's hard to argue with that. Ryan's left hook isn't just a punch, it's an omen. A weapon that changes fights the moment it lands. If it connects again in October, the story might end the same way. Haney on the floor, Garcia on the ropes, arms raised, legacy sealed. The countdown begins. 2 fights, 1 night, 2 men chasing validation on the same stage. Haney needs to win. not just to keep the rematch alive, but to prove to the world and to himself that his chin isn't permanently compromised. Garcia, on the other hand, is already planning for October. To him, this isn't about closure. It's about finishing the job. How do you see it ending? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fight updates.